Have you ever wondered why some people remain calm and steady, no matter how turbulent their lives become? Have you ever wished for the ability to face life's challenges with unwavering strength and inner peace? Imagine a life where you are no longer swayed by anxiety, fear, or the opinions of others. A life where you walk your path with confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the tools to remain steady. This is the promise of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that holds the power to reshape your perspective and transform your life. In this video, we will take you on a deep journey through Stoicism, revealing the core principles that can guide you towards a more balanced, resilient, and fulfilling life. Each principle is not just a philosophical idea, but a practical guide for real-life situations. As you listen, ask yourself, what if the answers to life's greatest challenges were already within you? Stick around, and together we'll explore how embracing these ancient teachings can unlock a new way of living, one where you are in control of your mind, your emotions, and ultimately, your destiny. 1. Embrace adversity, turning struggles into strength. The obstacle is the way. This Stoic mantra encapsulates one of the most profound ideas of Stoicism, that adversity is not a barrier, but a path forward. Life is full of challenges, some small, others seemingly insurmountable. How often do we wish for an easier life, one without struggles and setbacks? Yet ask yourself, would a life without challenges truly be a life worth living? Adversity is like a stone in the river. It shapes the flow, carves the landscape, and eventually polishes even the roughest edges. Think back to the most difficult experiences you've faced. Were they not the moments that taught you the most, that pushed you beyond your perceived limits? Stoicism teaches us to view these challenges not as threats, but as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the obstacles we face are not hindrances but are, in fact, essential to our growth. When you encounter a setback, you have two choices: to become bitter and resentful, or to use the experience as a means to strengthen your character. But how do you transform adversity into strength? Start by asking yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this challenge make me stronger? Reflect on the ways you can turn pain into perseverance and disappointment into determination. This shift in mindset is the key to transforming your relationship with life's difficulties. Consider a time when you were overwhelmed by a problem that seemed beyond your control. Perhaps you faced a financial crisis, a painful breakup, or a failure that struck at the heart of your confidence. Stoicism invites you to see these moments as a forge, where your character is refined like steel. With every difficulty you overcome, you become more resilient, more capable of facing whatever comes next. Adversity is not the enemy. It is the trainer that prepares you for greatness. As you learn to embrace the challenges that life presents, you will find that your strength grows, your confidence deepens, and your fear diminishes. Adversity is the fire in which the strongest minds are tempered. Embrace it, and you will find a new source of strength within yourself. Embracing adversity is only the beginning. Once you have learned to face challenges head-on, the next step is to focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. This is where true freedom lies, and in the next part of our journey, we'll explore this crucial Stoic lesson. 2. Focus on what you can control, the path to true freedom. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. These words from Marcus Aurelius highlight one of the most powerful tenets of Stoicism, the distinction between what is within our control and what is not. But how often do we waste time and energy worrying about things outside our influence? Other people's opinions, unexpected changes, or past mistakes. Ask yourself, what would happen if I focused solely on what I can control? Imagine the freedom that comes with letting go of the need to control every outcome. Instead of trying to bend the world to your will, Stoicism teaches us to focus our energy on what we can truly influence: our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. This shift in perspective is liberating because it means that, regardless of external circumstances, you remain in control of your inner state. Think of a situation where you felt powerless. Perhaps a friend let you down, a job opportunity slipped through your fingers, or a loved one treated you unfairly. In these moments, it is easy to feel frustrated, anxious, or even angry. But ask yourself, did my reaction help the situation, or did it only add to my suffering? By focusing on what you can control, your response, your attitude, your actions, you take back your power. Epictetus, a former slave turned Stoic philosopher, emphasized this principle, saying, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your thoughts are like a lens through which you view the world. By adjusting that lens, you can transform how you experience reality. For example, if you lose a job, you can choose to see it as a failure, or you can see it as an opportunity to pursue new paths. Which perspective serves you better?" Stoicism encourages us to detach from the outcome and focus on the process. When you pursue a goal, put your best effort into it, but do not tie your sense of self-worth to the result. Instead, find satisfaction in the effort you made and the lessons you learned along the way. This mindset not only reduces anxiety, but also enhances your resilience, because you become less affected by external circumstances. Picture this. A sailor cannot control the wind, but he can adjust his sails. In life, the wind represents those external factors we cannot change. Your sails are your mindset, your actions, and your focus. By learning to adjust your sails, you navigate the challenges of life with greater ease and grace. You become less like a leaf blown in the wind and more like a steady ship charting its course. Mastering your focus is essential for achieving inner peace, but it is not enough on its own. To truly live a fulfilled life, you must also learn to be present, to appreciate each moment without being consumed by regrets of the past or anxieties about the future. In the next section, we will delve into the importance of living in the present and how it can transform your outlook on life. 3. Live in the present, the art of mindful existence. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius's words remind us that the present moment is all we truly have. How often do we let the present slip through our fingers because we are preoccupied with past mistakes or future worries? Ask yourself, what would my life look like if I learned to fully embrace the now? The Stoics understood that time is a non-renewable resource, one that is constantly slipping away. When we dwell on past regrets or anxieties about the future, we are sacrificing our most valuable asset, our present awareness. Stoicism teaches us to ground ourselves in the now, finding purpose and fulfillment in what we are doing at this very moment. Consider this. Have you ever experienced a perfect moment only to realize later that you barely appreciated it because you were lost in thought? Maybe it was a sunset, a conversation with a friend, or a quiet walk in nature. Stoicism encourages us to savor these moments, to be fully present and engaged in whatever we are doing, no matter how small it might seem. Mindfulness, a concept that aligns closely with Stoicism, is the practice of being fully present in the here and now. By cultivating mindfulness, you can learn to appreciate the richness of life as it unfolds, rather than waiting for some distant future to bring happiness. As you become more present, you will find that even the simplest activities, a cup of tea, a deep breath, a walk outside, can become sources of joy and peace. Ask yourself, how much of my life have I missed because my mind was elsewhere? Reflect on how you can bring more presence into your daily routine. The next time you find yourself caught up in worry or regret, pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what is happening right now? This simple shift in focus can bring you back to the present, where true peace resides. As you continue on this journey of exploring Stoicism, remember that embracing the present is key to unlocking a more peaceful and meaningful life. Make a commitment to yourself. For the rest of this video, stay present, stay engaged, and see how these ideas can reshape the way you experience each moment. You won't want to miss what comes next. Transition to the next section. Being present in the moment helps cultivate a sense of calm, but to build true inner strength, you must also learn to stop seeking validation from others. In the next section, we will explore how Stoicism can free you from the need for external approval, helping you find self-worth within. 4. Avoid seeking validation. Find worth within yourself. If you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your judgment of them, and it is in your power to wipe out that judgment now. Marcus Aurelius challenges us to look inward, to realize that our worth is not determined by others' opinions, but by our own character. Yet, in a world driven by likes, shares, and external validation, how often do we find ourselves measuring our value based on what others think? What if you could break free from this cycle? Stoicism teaches that the pursuit of others' approval is a trap. It keeps us constantly striving for recognition that, even when achieved, offers only fleeting satisfaction. When we place our self-worth in the hands of others, we give away our power. We become like a ship tossed by the waves, never able to chart our own course. Instead, Stoicism invites us to find our value within, to recognize that self-respect, self-discipline, and virtue are the true measures of a fulfilling life. Think about a time when someone's opinion caused you to doubt yourself. Maybe it was a critical comment, a disapproving look, or a lack of acknowledgement for your efforts. How did it make you feel? Now ask yourself, was that feeling truly about their words, or was it about my own need for validation? Recognizing this can be the first step toward freeing yourself from the chains of external approval. Stoicism encourages us to shift our focus from impressing others to becoming the best version of ourselves. Instead of seeking praise, focus on living a life aligned with your values. Ask yourself, am I acting in accordance with what I believe is right? When you are true to yourself, you no longer need the approval of others to feel whole. Imagine how liberating it would be to live without the constant need for affirmation, to speak your truth, to pursue your goals, and to embrace your uniqueness without fear of judgment. When you let go of the need for validation, you open the door to true self-confidence. You become like a mountain, unmoved by the winds of opinion, standing firm in your own sense of worth. Finding self-worth within is a powerful step towards inner peace, but it requires a strong foundation of discipline. In the next part of our journey, we will explore how Stoicism can help you cultivate self-discipline, enabling you to remain steady even in the face of life's challenges. 5. Practice self-discipline, the foundation of a well-lived life. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. These words from the ancient Stoics remind us that self-discipline is the key to true strength. In a world full of distractions and temptations, maintaining self-control can seem like an uphill battle. But have you ever wondered, what would my life look like if I mastered my impulses? Self-discipline is the ability to do what is right, even when it is difficult. It means choosing long-term benefits over short-term gratification and acting in alignment with your principles rather than your emotions. Stoicism teaches that our emotions, while valid, should not dictate our actions. Instead, our actions should be guided by reason and virtue. Think of a time when anger or frustration led you to make a decision you later regretted. Perhaps you snapped at a loved one, made a hasty choice, or allowed negative emotions to cloud your judgment. Stoicism encourages us to pause in such moments, to create a space between impulse and action. Ask yourself, is this reaction truly helpful? What would a wiser, more patient version of myself do? Developing self-discipline is like building a muscle. It requires consistent practice, but the rewards are profound. With each act of restraint, you become stronger, more in control of your destiny. You become capable of facing life's storms without being swayed by every gust of emotion. Share your thoughts in the comments below. How has the pursuit of self-discipline influenced your life? Have you experienced moments where controlling your impulses led to a better outcome? Let's create a space where we can learn from each other's journeys towards self-mastery. Discipline is the bedrock of a strong character, but life is full of changes and uncertainties. Next, we will explore how embracing change can free you from the fear of the unknown, helping you adapt and thrive no matter what comes your way. 6. Acceptance and adaptability. Embrace the flow of life. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that change is the only constant in life. Yet, how often do we find ourselves resisting it? Clinging to what is familiar, we wish for things to remain as they are, fearing the unknown that lies ahead. But ask yourself, what if embracing change could unlock new possibilities in your life? In the heart of Stoicism, there is a deep understanding that life is in a state of perpetual flux. Our circumstances, relationships, and even our own bodies are constantly evolving. Rather than resisting these shifts, Stoicism invites us to flow with them, to adapt our mindset just as a river adapts to the rocks in its path. Resistance to change breeds frustration and suffering, but acceptance brings peace. Imagine a tree in a storm. The rigid branches break under the force of the wind, but the flexible ones bend and sway, surviving the storm's power. We too must learn to bend without breaking. Reflect on a time when change disrupted your life. Perhaps it was the end of a relationship, a shift in your career, or a sudden loss. Did resisting this change bring you peace, or did it only amplify your suffering? The Stoics teach us to accept change as a natural part of existence. This does not mean becoming passive or complacent. Instead, it means recognizing that our power lies not in stopping change, but in choosing how to respond to it. When faced with an unexpected turn of events, ask yourself, how can I adapt to this situation? What opportunities does this change bring? By shifting your perspective, you transform the unknown into a space for growth. Acceptance is not about giving up. It is about releasing the struggle against what cannot be controlled. It is about understanding that every ending is also a beginning, that each door that closes opens a new path. When you accept change, you become more resilient, more capable of thriving in the face of uncertainty. You learn to see life not as a rigid plan, but as a journey of adaptation and discovery. Accepting change is crucial for maintaining inner peace, but to truly find fulfillment, we must also learn to cultivate gratitude and mindfulness. In the next section, we will explore how these practices can deepen your appreciation for life's simple joys, bringing a sense of contentment that endures through life's ups and downs. 7. Gratitude and mindfulness, finding joy in the smallest moments. Take full account of the excellencies which you possess, and in gratitude, remember how you would hanker after them if you had them not. These words from Marcus Aurelius capture the essence of gratitude, a cornerstone of Stoicism. But in our pursuit of bigger goals and greater achievements, how often do we overlook the small blessings that fill our everyday lives? Ask yourself, what if true happiness lies not in what you lack, but in appreciating what you already have? Gratitude shifts our focus from what is missing to what is present. It is a reminder that, no matter how difficult life becomes, there are always aspects to be thankful for: a warm meal, a kind word, the beauty of a sunset. Stoicism teaches that gratitude is not a passive feeling, but an active practice, a habit that can transform your perspective on life. Imagine the last time you felt a deep sense of gratitude. What was it for? How did it change the way you viewed that moment? By regularly reflecting on what you are grateful for, you can train your mind to find joy even in the midst of challenges. This does not mean ignoring life's hardships, but recognizing that they do not define the entirety of your experience. Mindfulness, closely related to gratitude, involves fully immersing yourself in the present moment. It is the practice of noticing the sensations, sights, and sounds around you without judgment. In doing so, you cultivate a deeper connection to life's simple pleasures. The Stoics believed that the present moment is where life truly happens, and mindfulness is a way to engage with it more fully. As you go about your day, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, what can I appreciate right now? How can I bring more awareness to this moment? By integrating gratitude and mindfulness into your daily routine, you open yourself up to a richer, more fulfilling experience of life. If you find these insights valuable, let us know in the comments below. Share a moment of gratitude or a simple pleasure that has brought you joy recently. Your reflections can inspire others to see the beauty in their own lives and embrace a Stoic mindset. Gratitude and mindfulness bring a sense of peace and contentment, but to live a truly meaningful life, we must also embrace the virtues that guide our actions. In the next part, we will delve into how Stoicism encourages us to live by principles like empathy, justice, and kindness, creating deeper and more authentic connections with those around us. 8. Virtue as a guiding principle. Building meaningful relationships. Just as the nature of rational beings is to do what is right, so to be rational is to be natural, and to be natural is to be at peace. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that living in accordance with virtue is central to finding peace. In a world where we often feel disconnected and isolated, Stoicism offers a path toward deeper, more meaningful relationships through the pursuit of virtues like empathy, justice, and kindness. Ask yourself, what would my interactions look like if I prioritized empathy and understanding over judgment? The Stoics believed that by cultivating virtue, we not only improve ourselves, but also create a ripple effect that touches the lives of those around us. When we approach others with a genuine desire to understand their joys and struggles, we build connections that are rich in mutual respect. Consider a time when you chose compassion over criticism or fairness over self-interest. How did it affect the dynamic of that relationship? Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies not in dominating others, but in collaborating with them. It is through acts of kindness and fairness that we create harmony, both within ourselves and in the world around us. In practicing virtues, we also hold ourselves accountable. We strive to be the kind of friend, partner, or colleague we would like to have. This pursuit of virtue helps us become better listeners, more patient companions, and more just leaders. It is not about being perfect, but about consistently choosing to act in ways that align with our values. Reflect on your relationships. Ask yourself, am I living in alignment with my values in the way I treat others? How can I bring more empathy and justice into my interactions? By focusing on these virtues, you strengthen your character and inspire those around you to do the same. Virtue guides us in building meaningful connections, but to navigate life's challenges, we also need a sense of purpose. Next, we'll explore how Stoicism helps us find our true north, leading us toward a life of greater clarity and direction. 9. Finding purpose, the North Star of a meaningful life. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. This famous quote, often associated with Viktor Frankl but deeply resonant with Stoic philosophy, underscores the importance of having a purpose. Stoicism teaches that a clear sense of purpose acts like a North Star, guiding us through life's trials and tribulations. But how often do we feel adrift, uncertain of our direction? Ask yourself, what is my purpose and how does it shape the way I live? Purpose gives meaning to our actions. It is the reason we get up in the morning, the motivation behind our efforts, and the anchor that keeps us grounded when the seas of life grow stormy. Without purpose, we are like ships without rudders, drifting aimlessly. But with a clear sense of why, we find the strength to overcome obstacles, to endure pain, and to keep moving forward. Stoicism encourages us to reflect deeply on what truly matters to us. It asks us to consider our values and passions and to align our actions with those guiding principles. Purpose does not have to be grand or world-changing. It can be found in simple commitments to be a loving parent, a dedicated friend, or a responsible leader. It is not about the scope of the goal, but the alignment with your inner values. Think about a time when you felt truly driven, when you were working towards something that filled you with energy and focus. What was it about that goal that inspired you? Stoicism invites you to reconnect with those passions and to let them guide your daily actions. Ask yourself, what do I care about deeply? How can I align my actions with this purpose today? Having a purpose gives you a framework for making decisions. When faced with uncertainty, you can ask, does this align with my purpose? This clarity helps you stay on course, even when life throws unexpected challenges your way. It allows you to move through life with a sense of direction, knowing that each step brings you closer to your true self. Purpose guides our actions and decisions, but the strength to pursue it comes from within. In the next part, we will explore how Stoicism teaches us to cultivate inner strength and self-belief, helping us to face any challenge with courage and resilience. 10. Inner strength and self-belief, the unbreakable core. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Marcus Aurelius's words remind us that the greatest power lies not in controlling the external world, but in mastering our inner world. Stoicism teaches that self-belief and inner strength are the foundation for a life of resilience. But have you ever wondered, how much potential am I leaving untapped within myself? Inner strength is not about never feeling fear or doubt. It is about having the courage to move forward despite them. It is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing that you have faced adversity before and can do so again. Stoicism encourages us to build this strength through self-reflection, perseverance, and the continuous pursuit of wisdom. Think of a time when you overcame a challenge that seemed impossible. What was it that helped you persevere? Was it a deep conviction, a sense of duty, or a belief in your own abilities? Stoicism teaches that by recalling these moments of resilience, you can draw strength from your past experiences. Ask yourself, what strengths have I developed through my struggles? How can I use them now? Self-belief is not arrogance. It is the understanding that you have within you everything needed to face life's difficulties. When you believe in your ability to learn, adapt, and grow, you become unshakable. You stop looking for external validation and instead trust in your own capacity to navigate the path ahead. As we conclude this journey through the teachings of Stoicism, remember that each of these principles, embracing adversity, focusing on what you can control, living in the present, and so on, are not isolated ideas, but interconnected aspects of a resilient life. Now let's bring it all together and see how you can take these lessons into your daily life. By adopting these Stoic principles, you hold the power to reshape your life from within. Stoicism offers more than just a philosophy. It is a way of living that allows you to face life's challenges with clarity, purpose, and inner peace. Take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. How can you embrace adversity, focus on what you can control, and find purpose in your everyday actions? Your journey doesn't end here. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What aspect of Stoicism resonates with you the most? How do you plan to apply these teachings in your own life? If this video has helped you see life from a new perspective, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that helps you cultivate inner strength and resilience. Thank you for joining us on this journey into Stoicism. Remember, the path to a more balanced and fulfilling life is a continuous adventure. May you walk it with wisdom, courage, and the unshakable strength that lies within you.